What's up, everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Witcher. And last time, we made our way into Old Vizima here, and things are not looking good. Lot of fighting, lot of flames, and well, we're trying to find our way into. How can we not actually hit anyone? Trying to find our way to Siegfried and other friends to move heavy stance. There we go. And we also are, you know, trying to stop a gigantic monster that may or may not also be the king's daughter from killing any more people than she already has. Come on, Geralt. Swing your sword, Geralt. Wait, what the heck is happening? I do not understand why Geralt has suddenly protested against this fight by refusing to swing his sword. I don't know if he's concerned about hitting friends. We're also potentially competing against White Rayla, who's somewhere over here, theoretically, with trying to see who can take down more of the Scoia'tael. I mean, granted, there are so many remains here. It is mostly just looting what other people have already done for us. We're taking those squirrel tails. Hello. We're trying to take those squirrel tails to be a symbol of how many we've taken down. There's also just a lot of loot here, generally speaking. And it was a bit of a struggle last time around to do said looting because you would always find someone who wanted to interrupt us. Swear. Okay, this makes sense. We're not supposed to use heavy stance against you. That I get. But earlier, excuse me, the person who was supposed to be my friend, it's not very helpful for you to do that. Also, I'd like to continue looting rather than fight this person. But if you make me, also, maybe you won't let me. Oh dear. Weird stuff, man. Weird stuff. So yes, I do believe there's an infinite supply, if you will, an infinite amount of troops for us to fight against. So theoretically, if we really wanted to, we could just stay here forever until we get all the loot and experience that we want. And we need 20 Scoia'tael or squirrel tails in order to beat White Rayla, at least tie her, and we are now just there. Time to see Siegfried in the hospital. Okay, so it seems like we actually needed to reach a certain threshold in order to progress, potentially? That might have been what we were waiting on.
Defend yourself.
We have reached that point. Actually, surpassed that point. Granted, there's enough stuff on the ground here that I would kind of like to try to continue looting, because each of these guys has a significant amount of loot on them, seemingly. By significant amount of loot, I mean like 30 coins apiece. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, granted, not everyone has 30 coins, but you get what I mean. Come on, swing the sword. Swing the sword. Okay, again, I'm thinking dwarves were supposed to use heavy stance. Maybe that's why things weren't working. But still, the protest continues. Also, you're maybe not actually dead. We also don't have room for any items. Any items? I mean, we could certainly eat something, right? Make some room. I wanted to loot stuff before you came over here and forced me to fight again. I'm just a peaceful Witcher. All I want is loot. There's a lot of it here. It's really tempting. You guys won't let me do it. Okay, but in theory, we have everything we need now. So we should probably get moving as soon as this guy maybe goes down and allows us to loot everything in this general area. Or not. Or not. Eh? Eh? Oh, nope. More where you came from. I mean, we should have known this. Okay, hold on. I think we've done what we have to do. So I'm assuming it's probably that hospital there that we're supposed to go to. Let's double check. So We did apparently win the bet. Time to see Siegfried at the hospital, which is apparently what we're tracking, which is apparently right here. Which would appear to be this. Come on, guys. Oh, yay. Can't go in when we're technically fighting someone. So, like, if you could allow me to go in here, that would be very nice. Or maybe I need to technically go around the other way and loop stuff along the way. I think this might be the way we're supposed to go. No, this is locked. Is this the wrong building, technically? I don't know about that. Also, White Rayla, be careful out there. Not looking so good right now. So, like, how do we get in this building? For real? Oh! Did not expect to see this stuff. Witcher contracts? Oh, and we meant to resell these books. The guy we bought them from after we read them. But, so be it. We have enough space for these now. Come on. We'll eat that. I think. If you'll let me eat that, please. No, you won't let me. How dare I suggest that I would eat something? Not like that's what pears are for. There we go. Now I can. Okay. Now we take this. And maybe still in a fight, kinda, sorta. But I'd very much like not to be, so that I could actually go into the building that I'm supposed to go in. Okay. That made a lot of sense doing that when we didn't even have our sword out. To begin with. This is definitely, yeah. I mean, this is the red dot for sure. Oh, hold on. You let me go through. Siegfried? No, you're not Siegfried.
You couldn't have killed more long-ears than I.
You forgot the ones I killed on the dike.
That too.
We'll consider it a tie then, and finish this contest later.
Excuse me, I'm pretty sure I have more than 20.
That way.
I was thinking about a certain legend. Ever heard of Raven's armor?
Yes.
Where would I find an armorer capable of making Witcher's armor?
The Order's armorer is excellent. He has a shop somewhere here in Old Vizima.
I do remember him.
I'll find him.
But I did what the? Oh, Siegfried, what happened?
Shani's an angel. I swear on the eternal fire, her hands work miracles.
No doubt. Are you badly hurt?
Merely a scratch. Shani confirmed
Just a
I'd be
flesh
back on
wound.
my feet in no time.
Looks like your wound was caused by a giant cleaver.
Swung by a berserk butcher dwarf. He cut down 3 brothers, but I got him.
Siegfried, every child knows to stay away from berserk dwarves. You were lucky.
Welcome.
Johnny.
You've set up a hospital.
Clever.
Do you have a minute?
I have my hands full. Besides, I'm apparently not worthy of your trust.
Okay, hold on, slow down here.
Alvin, you made it perfectly clear who's worthy of a Witcher's trust and who's not, who you'd sleep with on occasion, and who you'd entrust with a child.
But
Lot of accusations
The wounded need
thrown
my
around
help.
here.
Master, are you a witcher?
I am. What is it?
Master Geralt, the she-beast is murdering people.
Okay.
What happened?
Yup.
The
Adam.
spirit appeared by the tower. I was sent to get a witcher. Already 5 soldiers have breathed their last. Help us.
Which tower?
The tallest in the district. The one the Scoia'tael set ablaze.
Okay. Need to speak to Shawnee first and foremost.
I cannot
I must-
wait to fight.
Oh. A lot of firsts there. Can't do everything first, guys. That's not the way that works. Oh, I've already read this? Sounds very important. Right about now. In fact, even if we have read it, I feel like I could kind of use a quick brush up. Quick study. Okay, we very clearly beat you. White Rayla, thank you very much. We have 28. That's definitely not a tie. That would kind of like to make some space for this stuff so that I could... Okay. We'll drop that. Wait. Huh? Top quality base for plate coatings. Okay, we'll hold on to it. The bottled water. Go away. Raspberry juice would be nice, but... just because it tastes good. Okay. So I know we've read this, but remind me what we're technically supposed to do, because this might give us some hints or remind us. Find your daughter in the dark tomb. Restore human form if I can. If I cannot, then I will not hesitate to kill the princess. King understood this. Struggled with Striga for hours. Warded her off with silver and magic arts. Okay, I mean, silver sword, if we were to fight her, is of course what we would use, and she'd be a monster. Grappled with the beast, not let her wound him, but avoided causing serious harm to her as well. Finally, he locked himself in the crypt, sealed the entrance with magic, and waited until dawn. Witchers possess great knowledge about monsters and know that the rooster's morning call is enough to disenchant a cursed creature. Rooster's morning... Oh, yes, so... we need to find... I mean, a crypt, presumably, but wherever she is tending to sleep, would actually be during the day, because she's nocturnal. And we were talking about talking with some people about that stuff, and they didn't quite know, but that seems like we're going to try to do what this book is suggesting we ought to do, then we need to find that location and lock her out of it so that she cannot sleep, basically concealed from the light and the roosters, so that when she's stuck out in the middle of the city in the morning, rooster calls, first disenchanted, sort of, maybe, possibly. That makes sense.
A cozy hospital. You know, I nearly joined a convent once.
Tough to believe.
Got me. I've always preferred killing to healing.
Okay. Anyone? I mean, Siegfried. Anyone else? Shawnee?
Do what you must. We'll speak later.
You say so. Is that what I dropped earlier? Or is this here for some other reason? We don't need that anymore unless, of course, we decide that we want to go back to using it. Medium strength alcohol, I don't think really necessary for us at this stage. Same deal there. I mean, wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, so that way we can keep the Striga stuff in case it turns out that, well, we need another reminder at some point. Oh. Yeah, things are not looking so good up here either. Not looking so good. Bottled water. Good. I don't need it anyway. Don't need it anyway.
I'm so tired.
Okay. So, where does that leave us? Basically, I think what that means is... despite them saying... Ew, okay, now you're not gonna actually get it? I haven't wanted to... That's the tower. However... Augustine's laboratory? What? Old Bazima? Old well? So, I think the thing is that it is actually a mistake to go straight to the solitary tower, because if we do that now, I think we would end up fighting the Striga outright, which is not what we want to do. Because remember, the king said that best case scenario is you disenchant, or get rid of the curse. That's ideal. Second, not so great, the neutral option would be take her down and take her down quickly without suffering. Don't really know what that qualifies as, because the worst case scenario is take her out and slowly and painfully, in which case the king will get really mad at us and basically threaten to hurt everyone that we care about, which would not be good. So I think the best case scenario is that we don't end up fighting her. So for that reason, I think we deliberately do not go for the tower right now, even though it is trying to suggest that that is what we ought to do. We need to find the place where she's hiding during the day, and May not be a crypt, but an old well. Sounds like that might be a place where something like that could happen. So I feel like we ought to actually go there first. Yes, I did. Raspberry. How could I forget? That's locked. Okay. Just leave some alcohol for our friends in the hospital, right? Oh, hello. Nice to meet you too. I suppose. That's, I guess, potentially a place for us to heal up a bit. What is that sound? So, like, this appears to be the well. With a skull around it, of course. It does seem as though we can't do anything here yet. In which case, I do kind of wonder if we are forced to go target the Streaka first. I mean, I wonder if we are actually even allowed to go this way. Like, will it force us to go after the Streaka now? Or do we still have an option? There was something that we wanted to do here. I forget. There's someone we were supposed to meet with, I think. It was going to be out in this area. Assuming that we can actually get here. Which we may not be allowed to. Could be locked. It is. Okay. So that's, I think, good to just confirm. We go through this flaming door? Yes. Hut with enemies in it? No. Hut with diseased people in it. Sorry. Leave your water, but I'll take everything else. Okay. Yeah, we bought this from that guy earlier, and probably could have suspected that we would run into a place somewhere else where we'd actually be able to find that stuff now. I thought I was talking to the diseased woman, not looting something there, so I was a little confused when that stuff came back up. Oh, yeah, you guys do really love to ambush me. Or to Scoia'tael hideout. What? Surely there are gonna be a boatload of enemies in here. Yeah, right? Also, like, drawing a sword
Say hello to death.
tends to be helpful. Or using any sort of attacks at all. Yeah, so, like, this was probably a bad idea. And we probably should have known that.
Your next step will be your last.
Can they hit us here? If they actually can't hit us here, then we may have found a way to avoid getting absolutely slaughtered here. Because I don't think they can. Maybe? Those archers may still be able to hit us.
Your next step will be
Are we
your
taking damage?
last.
I don't think so. So the problem is,
I'll scratch your eyes out.
I don't know when we last saved. Probably when we were in that hospital with autosave. But I'd rather not die here, because we might need to reload a lot. And we could just, like, get one of your attention.
Fury.
This is helpful in that at the moment that, well, okay, this is 2 enemies, which is not really what I was looking for. I was looking for more single enemy, and you are still very much hurting me. This does seem like a scenario in which popping a swallow potion would be very significant. And again, you guys being there, this plan is very quickly, well, not working. Try it again. Oh. Uh-oh. You've caught on to my plan.
Die.
Yeah, that we have. So, probably should have anticipated, yes, that, you know, going into the Scoia'tael hideout would be potentially something dangerous to do. So I don't know where this is going to leave us off. This is an autosave. Seems as though it is immediately... Wow, that hurt. Immediately after leaving the hospital, from what I can tell. It's just... Terrified, does it say... still that we are supposed to fight the Striga near the tower. Yes, so that should be new stuff. And yeah, the armor would be the thing that we would go back to Old Vizima, or not Old Vizima, the trade quarter even, try to do. So I think for that reason, Orders command post. That seems like a much safer place to go. Except you won't let me in. So maybe that's just the source of many of our Order allies, where they're coming from. Yeah, it's a little concerning how... Okay, granted, there, I'm pretty sure this guy we're supposed to use cat stance against. That might be the reason why we can't use any combos, or weren't able to use any combos. That's what I was gonna say, is, again, with the like, not swinging the sword, not dealing combos, that's kind of important. Oh. That doesn't look good. And doesn't appear as though we can go through there. Noted. We can take our 2 coins, though. Come on. It's gonna make a huge difference, trust me. Wanted to shoot that person, but I guess I didn't have to. Alright, let's check. Where on the map is? Huh? Oh, yes, so that is the right... Oh, no. No, I thought we had to go this way for some reason. We just need to round this corner back. We're headed in the right direction. I mean, I am curious as to whether or not we can go into any of these other doors, but then at the same time, probably should have learned from what happened earlier. Kalkstein's laboratory. If we can go there and Kalkstein is here, I'm very interested. What was this guy up to in here? Oh. Horrid monsters. Kalkstein, what have you done? Weak alcohol. Okay, let's definitely dump that. Other than that... Is this strong? High quality potion base, so we'll keep that. Here. Don't need that. Again, I don't actually know if any of the food is better than the other kinds of food. It's a little hard to say, like, dropping a blueberry for a ham sandwich, is that worthwhile? I would normally think so. But maybe not.
Be alert.
I mean, certainly worthwhile to... Whoa. I don't think we've seen any of that. It's down here, though. Certainly worth picking up types of food that we have multiple of, so that we can stack up more of it. Healing purposes. Right, doesn't seem like there's much here. Moment, at least. I'm gonna say, what's the deal with that, mercenary who is masquerading as a door? Also, the whole thing where there's always someone standing directly in front of me as soon as I walk out of a door. I don't tend to like that. It's very impeding. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, this is definitely the tower. I was gonna say it was probably worth saving in advance of this, but we shall see. Oh. Who are you? You don't look like I don't think you're a Striga. Maybe you are? You look like a different type of enemy. Maybe? I don't know. Your name could show up. Mutant? Oh. So, you know the whole thing where, like, Salamandra was trying to create mutants using Witcher technology? Yeah, this may be what they were talking about. Also, I am completely stunned at the moment. Still completely stunned at the moment. No idea if we can use heavy stance against this guy or not. So, I mean, there's a chance that this is someone that we once knew, in fact. Can we use heavy stance? No, I don't think so. Take it back. Can we... Oh, ooh, wow. That was useful. You!
finally that monster is dead.
You responsible for that?
I heard soldiers were fighting a Striga, so I came to see Vizima's famous Striga princess. Though not a Striga, still interesting.
Don't get too excited, Kalkstein.
I'll pay these good soldiers to take these remains to my laboratory, and later I'll...
Hold it. If not a Striga, what is it?
A combination of alchemy, genetics, biology, and black magic. A mutant like you. I can't wait to have a closer look.
Like me?
Similar. Magic and alchemy accelerates the mutation. The side effects are practically uncontrollable. It's hellishly quick and strong. To know more, I'd have to dissect it.
I suspect
It's gotta
I know
be
who's behind
Salamander,
this.
right?
Do you know where it came from?
The soldier said it came from the swamp cemetery. Take this scroll. It details the formula for a powerful potion that will help if you choose to fight the Striga.
Salamandra grows bolder.
Accelerated mutation and experiments on humans is a dirty business.
I mean,
All
that's
based on stolen
similar
witches'
to the stuff that
secrets.
you did,
Which you
Foxy.
guarded for years without succumbing to any of these temptations. Congratulations.
All
Thank
right,
you.
But what about this Striga?
If the soldiers were wrong, I heard rumors of certain events in the swamp.
What rumors? Be quick.
They say a corpse was found at the old chapel there, torn open. The large intestine stretched to its full 1.5 meters. All 6.5 meters of the small intestine.
Okay,
wrapped around...
too
That's
much.
fine. Thanks.
Damn. See my friends and consider what to do next. Now return to the hospital and speak to Shawnee. Okay, so it seems like this was a false alarm. I'd love if we could get rid of the Witcher contracts. Oh, we should read them first, obviously. I was gonna say, we had that debate earlier as to whether, after having read them, you actually still need to hold on to them, or are you basically done with them once you've read them? Brooksay? I would suggest that we're still gonna find some. We might have some of the blood already, potentially. We have fought some. Other ones. Darkhand Saliva also might have one of those. We've run into, I think, precisely one. Scimitar contracts, or Scimitar Jaws. We picked up several of those earlier, I thought. Apparently we only have one. So we were anticipating having a contract for that in the future. Bloodsuckers. Definitely had a lot of that. Druids. That would probably just require... Yeah, we have that. Can we get on over there? Okay. I'm curious as to what you have. Beast Fang? Striga's Urge. Cannot carry more items. That sounds problematic. Guessing we don't need any more squirrel tails. In fact, we might even be able to get rid of the ones now. Maybe there will be someone like the person we met in the, was it Hairy Bear bar a while back, who will turn in these things for us for a little bit of a compensation. Where is this? It's formula for a potion made with a Striga heart. Potion grants 1 silver and 1 bronze talent when consumed. I mean, tempting as that may be, I think we still have to remind ourselves that under ideal circumstances, we would not be fighting the Striga. Take it up here. Ooh. Yes, but also no. Oh! Didn't really expect to see you guys here. Hello. Maybe, like, guard your sword. So this could be an easy way to get a few more Scimitar Jaws. Wow, you still take so much damage. I'm very surprised. I can't take you down more quickly. Oh, because we can do heavy stance against you. That's why. That deals more damage. I was gonna say, we got a better weapon. Why are we dealing less damage than earlier? Yes, I do know there's this guy too. He is a weaker foe, and therefore not a top priority. Excuse you. Fighting these guys off? Is that such a problem? Ooh. Assassin Dagger. We actually prefer that to this? Pain and poison, whereas this is just pain. Slightly less damage. I like that actually is better. I've seen a few more of them. Again, with the fling out the sword thing. Tends to be helpful. So I'm wondering if some of the doors, some of the areas of the city will be unlocked now that we've determined that the Striga, at least in the short term, was a false alarm. I mean, certainly it's going to be somewhere. It seems as though, if anything, it may be back in the swamp area. Very different from where we are now. Kinda just trying to confirm. Ooh. Nothing hidden back there. Is there anything here we would still benefit from doing before we head out? No. Okay. How many scimitar draws do we have now? Because I would think we'd be very close to reaching the threshold. Wasn't it 3 we were supposed to have? Maybe not. I thought it was Calcstein that we turned them into, so we'll talk to him briefly. Might even have other things to talk to us about.
Geralt?
You posted a notice.
2. Which one do you mean?
This is not what I was thinking of,
Canes,
but maybe we
2
have
portions
this
of
as well?
saliva.
Does my favorite Witcher have them?
No matter.
Apparently not. Thought we had your other contract, though. But
The
maybe
king
these other
must
things could be
belong
helpful
to the
too.
Striga.
Vampires once interested me. Unfortunately, I never examined a live... undead specimen. To defeat the Striga, you must
technically a
survive
vampire?
a night near her lair. I'd recommend getting weapon greases, especially Argentia and Crinfrid oil. Your famous Witcher's signs will be useful. Irden will stop the princess briefly should she run amok.
Should I be concerned that you know all that stuff, Calcstein?
Kalkstein, I was wondering,
Yes?
in your studies of mutation, did you find any cure for infertility?
I mean, that's
Sorry,
not really where I
Geralt.
thought you were going with
As I
that.
expected. Farewell.
But also buying and selling things? Potentially useful here? A lot of scrolls here. I have to imagine there are some that we don't have yet. Explosives. Also explosives. At that. At that. Okay, so not a ton that's new. But I do kind of wonder, might we be able to base for ourselves? This is just a normal base for blade coatings, whereas this is a high quality one. Let's sell this for 2 coins. All right, mostly just to give ourselves some space. Okay. Apparently, we may not have all the scimitar jaws required. Turn that stuff in and go in here. Oh, was this the one that we checked it earlier with? Use? Maybe? I don't really want your medium alcohols. Pretty sure that's what that was. Or your bottled water. I just wanted the flint. Have anything good here? That is of interest.
Damn. Death of me.
Okay. Then let's just double check here where we are technically supposed to go next for some of this stuff. I mean, if we can now leave this area, And we should see our friends and consider what to do next. We probably should do that first. Let's be near the cemetery in the swamp. Okay. Yeah? Oh, true. So that's... The mutant that we just met would be more of a lead for Salamander and less so for the Striga. Turn to the hospital and speak with Johnny. Seems like that's the next thing we ought to do. See if we can just sneak on by you guys and get in here, ideally, or not, if you insist on fighting me. Also, this is the wrong weapon. But, like, if I could go through there, it would be nice. So, like, I'd appreciate it if you'd let me. Quickly! Nope. Still technically fighting you. Come on. Come on, buddy. Oh, I interrupted the combo there. It's getting too impatient. Oh, you too? That's the problem. Come on. Problem is, you stick around to fight one guy, more show up, because there's an infinite number of them, and then, when do you actually leave?
What happened with the Striga?
False alarm. Some mutant was attacking the soldiers.
Need help?
No more than anyone
Now
else.
you're willing
Let
to
me
help?
decide.
Shani.
You were not very
We
happy
seem to be in one piece.
with us earlier.
Not worried about Knights of the Order or elves showing up? They both think you're treating the enemy.
For me, they aren't enemies, just wounded. In this hospital, we make no racial or political distinctions. I came to understand that at Brenna. Rusty treated Nilfgaardians and our own, even shielded a patient with his own body when elves showed up. If they come here, I hope I have the courage to protect my patients.
I'm sure you will, though I'd rather you escaped.
Nice to hear. Why are you telling me this? What's that sound?
Uh-oh. Lots of enemies, by the looks of things. These look like all the people who were in the Scoia'tael hideout earlier.
Humans, I see. We wound them so
Right
they'll
on
die,
cue.
and you're treating them. How illogical and contrary to our interests.
Out of my hospital! Murder each other to your heart's content in the street, but don't show your faces here.
Shani, watch out!
Kill the Dwan. You shall die.
Let's defend the wounded against the Scoia'tael. Let's just take a quick look here. We are very clearly surrounded. There are a lot of green names, but they are all diseased people. And a young dwarf, who I don't exactly think are going to help us with this fight. So I'm pretty sure we are by ourselves here. And that means if our previous attempt at fighting a very similar group was any indication, we are going to find this rather difficult. So I think we should probably get out of this circle of death as soon as possible. And you may actually attack the paramedics and everyone else here. It looks like you are. Yikes. Okay. So, that's also an issue. Okay. Please stop doing that. Please stop doing that. Please stop doing that. I mean, I'm most concerned about Shani. Please swing your sword, Geralt. Swing the sword. Swinging the sword is important. Swing the sword. Thank you.
I detest you.
That didn't really knock people down the way I was hoping it would. Johnny, I'm rather concerned for you trying to stand in the middle of all of those enemies. And I would really love if you would not constantly heal. If you're healing a lot, and I know you are technically a healer, so like I should be focusing on taking you out. That's the way these things work. Also, please stop hopping. I just want to attack the one that I knocked to the ground. You. No, stop doing that. Stop doing that. I mean, I should be using not group stance at the moment because I'm technically just trying to take you out. Okay. To carry you, Shani doesn't appear to have a life bar, which is probably a good thing. Because I did just absolutely abandon her to fight about 5 people simultaneously. And I'm pretty sure that everyone else here is going to be no more. Alright, again with the whole, like, hitting people helps. Doing combos helps. You're even unarmed, and I can't hit you. And I don't understand why that is. Come on. There's a combo. So, like, our accuracy is technically not high enough? Okay. Diseased people, still alive. Shawnee's still alive. Other medics here don't appear to be alive.
They wanted to slay the wounded. How can anyone fall so low?
I've seen worse in town.
Thank you, on behalf of all the patients.
They shouldn't bother you anymore. See you later.
Farewell.
Hopefully not, but also that seems a little bit optimistic to assume that that would be the case. So we'll loot. And I'll probably drop all the squirrel puffs. We don't really need those anymore, but probably easiest to do that in one fell swoop at the end. Oh dear. Okay. Not totally sure what's happening with that stuff. I think that is just about everything here. Besides, again, the raspberry juice. Alright. Get rid of you. And now we have met with Shawnee. Siegfried, do you have anything you know us? Did we check this one? No, we haven't. Means I wanted to wait till the end to drop those, but okay, so we've coordinated with Shawnee. We were saying coordinate with our friends, but who else? Friends who surrounded the hospital need to tend to them. Outside the hospital. Okay. Let's maybe save up here. Again, I don't really know how often the game is saving for us. Auto saves. Probably should have taken out our sword in anticipation of fighting a bunch of people here.
Come on, bastards! I'll cut your balls off!
Oh!
Wait!
History repeats itself, but this time we'll cut off more than your hand.
I swear, there are a bunch of things that are way too similar to Path of Exile. History repeats itself, included.
You elven sadists.
Okay, yeah, like, technically we could just take damage upon walking out the door. It does kind of stink. Hold on. I would like to get rid of the healer first, por favor. Is that our spellcaster? Because I don't really think so. I really just want to take you out, most of all. Really just want to take you out, because these other guys are just going to keep on wailing at me in the meantime. Okay, you technically could use heavy stance on. You, however, you can do that too. Okay. Hold on. Switch stances. You do have enough for another one of these, which disarmed you. Is helpful. I actually don't know if you can pick up your weapon again once you've been disarmed. You have a secondary weapon. You are using one of those daggers that you guys tend to drop. Tried to use our sign, but we didn't have it. Presumably that is significant. You are much weaker when you're using that instead. White Rayla, you might want to be a little careful here. You are, of course, fighting like 10 people simultaneously. Okay. Yeah, like about that. Really hoping this is going to be one of those magical moments when you guys, or when you specifically, come back after this fight and like, oh yeah, I'm magically much better now. That has happened. Happened with Vincent once before with a similar type of encounter. Okay, who is healing? You. You're supplying the heals? That means you gotta go. And I suppose that's one way to do that. I'm hoping there actually are a finite number of enemies in this encounter and that there aren't going to be endless waves of them that never stop attacking us. Because otherwise, the chances of White Rayla coming back are maybe a bit lower. And you. Stop that. Stop that. Okay, like, are you the last one? It looks like it. You're also unarmed. And it does seem like that makes a pretty big difference. And he's dealing like 3 damage per hit, I think. Okay. White Rayla? She's fine! I wasn't worried.
Don't mention it.
Come.
I don't know about that.
Safer.
You look pretty dead. That means her hideout. Ooh. And I mean, I'm not sure when next we're gonna have the opportunity to actually sell that to anyone. Mostly just looking for coins at this stage, because don't need squirrel stuff. I mean, I suppose if you guys have diamonds, then I'm interested in that as well. Also interested in 48 orens. Yeah, I could see this being a pretty amazing opportunity to load up on a bunch of coins. That may have been, okay, not quite the end of the infinite source of enemies. Looks significant. Where are we technically supposed to go? Where is your hideout? Over there? Command post, okay. We probably should have seen that coming. Curious, though. Okay. This guy, we might actually be able to sell some things. Like that diamond we just picked up? Yes, okay. Given our lack of inventory space, I think that is useful. Unload that. Otherwise, yeah, disenchanting the Striga. Striga? I do technically want to hold on to that. Just in case we need a reminder. We go around this way? No, that's a barricade. Okay.
What's this?
Seems like... Oh. That either... Seems like we're finally starting to get a little bit more control over the situation. What do we have here?
We must attack the barricade and hold it until reinforcements arrive. Retreat, and the Scoia'tael will control almost all of Old Vizima.
Okay.
In a moment, I must speak to Rayla.
Sounds like we're mounting a defense here.
As a warrior, you're almost ideal.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, almost. There may be no man who can defeat you, but a female.
I mean, it does seem like you're trying to suggest yourself, but also can't help but remember that we were picking you up off the ground a mere minutes ago when you were basically defeated, and we were not.
I don't fight women.
You killed Renfrey.
Who's Renfrey?
I have no idea.
The very reason you're called the Butcher of Blaviken. The
We
only
are?
woman you ever raised your sword against. Rumor is you ploughed her first.
I'm no knight in shining armor.
Sure you are. You're incapable of fighting women. I'll prove it. No weapons. I doubt you can take me. And you can have me if you win.
Oh,
Hold on.
Defend yourself, you pussy.
rude. Really?
I know other ways to tame you.
Ha! Prove it, if you can.
Alright. Okay, yep, getting blurred. Getting blurred. Frickin', we get the point. Could you please move on now? I thought we were gonna fight her first. Thought we were about to have a fist fight with her. And then I was expecting that stuff to happen that we were gonna need to blur, but apparently not. Also, apparently we are forced to rest right now and maybe read the thing that had more information about that. That's not really what I'm looking for. We're on our way to take barricade. Gavin, mad with grief after Toriel's death, is sure to attack, condemning himself to certain death. We're off to take the barricade and drive non-humans out of Old Vizima, but I thought there was something that more directly related to White Rayla here. Maybe I'm making that up. Thought I saw something there. we supposed to sleep to a certain time of day? But also, to tell you the truth, this looks like possibly the best time for us to do some alchemy, because we're going to need some of this stuff pretty soon, I think. So, what are our options here? Damage inflicted with silver sword decreases effectiveness with steel swords. It's a blade coating, so I would think that you could just put that on a silver sword and you're fine. Otherwise, pointing to wounded creatures. I think someone was saying they recommended... Oh, that they recommended us doing this against the Striga. It was Kalkstein. But this does sound an awful lot like doing the whole defeating the Striga, but having her suffer along the way, which would make the king really mad at us. So I feel like, despite getting that suggestion, that's probably not what we should do. This looks very significant. Do that, though. That's how you make that happen. Increases maximum vitality. I mean, that could be helpful. Again, not permanent, but we can anticipate having a big fight. Oh, we're also going to run out of inventory space very quickly, in fact. I didn't realize you could do this. Oh, that's what I get for never having read what those things say. So, we kind of needed to drop some things in anticipation of this, because otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, will potions that we create just drop on the ground and we can pick them up afterward, or are they just going to disappear into nothingness? In which case, kind of stinks. Because the potion that we just created was one that used a specific quest item that we only had one of. So, getting rid of that, throwing those crafting materials away, sounds like a really bad idea. So I'm going to deliberately limit it to just that, and it may be that the quest thing that I missed at the bottom of the screen said that we had to sleep for a certain amount of time, like maybe until dawn or something. I'm not sure. Let's sleep until dawn just in case. Maybe we had to be doing something at a specific time of day, for all I know. Let's just make sure that we do, in fact, still have that potion that we just tried to craft. Probably get rid of this crafting recipe, but where is the stuff? The Dagon Sap, I think it was? Dagon Sap? Did we actually have it? Or did it disappear into nothingness as I feared? Feel like that's what happened. What is that? Sounds really extravagant, but it's just a high-level alcohol. There it is, okay. Do that. Gives us true grit, which I think is something really strong. Do we have any choices then? Sure if we do. True grit was what? Plus 50% damage when Geralt has less than 25% vitality. So that is a tricky one, because, I mean, plus 50% is obviously huge, but you'd rather not be at 25% vitality or below. That's playing a dangerous game there. Okay. So I think with that, that's probably a good place for us to wrap up with this video. I mean, after maybe, like, looting some stuff here and happening to see if any of these things are worth our last inventory slot. That wasn't. But we managed to fight off a few waves of enemies there, and determined that the Striga is not at least immediate threat. Not here, in Old Vizima, at this very moment. So it seems like it might actually be Salamandra that we end up targeting next. But with that, hope you guys enjoyed this video. We have a lot to look forward to in the next one, so I'll see you then.